Barack Obama proudly declares himself the most scandal-free president in American history. While it may seem believable, as his name rarely makes headlines, Elon Musk has a contrasting viewpoint. Musk seems to possess undisclosed knowledge and has not allowed any opportunity to go to waste to expose Obama's alleged wrongdoings. What exactly has Elon Musk revealed about Obama that we have unwittingly overlooked? Could Obama have been just as scandalous as his predecessors? Watch this video till the very end to witness Elon Musk's latest revelations about Obama's shocking corruption. As we all know, Elon Musk is a bold American entrepreneur who fearlessly advocates for free speech. However, he's not just any entrepreneur. He's one of those very few persons having the guts to reveal the truth as he keeps looking for transparency without giving up. Did you know that when Musk discusses Barack Obama, he's not merely using empty words? He's referencing writer Alex Newman, who boldly highlighted the corruption within the Obama administration during its White House tenure. In fact, President Obama found himself on the infamous list of the 10 most wanted corrupt politicians. Yes, you heard that right. The President of the United States was on that list. Obama's time in office was marked by numerous scandals and unfulfilled promises, tarnishing his reputation and making him one of the most dishonest politicians in the Capitol. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. As President Obama prepared to leave office, he boldly declared that his administration was the first in modern history to avoid major scandals in the White House. But was it really? This statement doesn't quite align with the perspective of Matt Margolis, co-author of the widely acclaimed book, The Worst President in History, The Legacy of Barack Obama. Margolis portrayed Obama in a different light, revealing a multitude of scandals during Obama's time in office, significant events that the mainstream media either overlooked, downplayed, or concealed. From the controversial Fast and Furious operation to the IRS's unlawful targeting of conservative groups and the unsettling revelations about NSA spying, Margolis compellingly argues that the Obama years were characterized by a decade of lawlessness and harsh governance. President Barack Obama, though widely regarded as a popular leader, was not immune to controversy during his tenure. Despite efforts to suppress the uproar, numerous incidents arose that shed light on potential wrongdoing. It appeared there were joint efforts to smother any flames of Obama's mistakes, ensuring they did not catch the attention or memory of the public. However, Elon Musk became the disruptor of silence. Among the list of Obama's controversies, one prominent issue was a broken promise regarding the Affordable Care Act. Americans were assured they could keep their insurers, but this turned out to be a hollow promise. One point of contention was whether the law provided insurance coverage for illegal immigrants. Obama stated that it did not, but a Republican member of Congress famously interrupted his speech by shouting, "You lie!" Furthermore, Obama faced criticism when some individuals did lose their doctors under his plan, despite his vow that they would not have to change physicians. He expressed regret for the situation, acknowledging the assurances he had given. But expressing fake words of regrets wasn't enough. Furthermore, accusations were made that Obama downplayed the connections between terrorist acts and Islamic militants, raising concerns about national security. The handling of the terrorist attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, ignited a storm of questions and persisted as a thorny issue for months. While Republicans saw this as an Obama scandal, the White House dismissed it as mere political gamesmanship. As if that were not enough, critics accused Obama of downplaying links to Islamic militants in the lead-up to the 2012 presidential election. Then the IRS scandal of 2013 unfolded, revealing that conservative and Tea Party groups had been specifically targeted for additional scrutiny by the Internal Revenue Service. The fallout from this newfound information was intense, leading to the resignation of the agency's head. However, there were more scandals waiting in the wings during Obama's tenure. In a surprising move, the Department of Justice secretly obtained telephone records of reporters and editors from the Associated Press wire service in 2012. Although it was positioned as a last resort in a leak investigation, journalists were outraged, viewing it as a tremendous and unprecedented intrusion into the news-gathering operations of the AP. Obama's environmental stance also faced criticism. Despite promising to address the causes of global warming, he faced backlash from environmentalists when he indicated his administration's potential approval of the Keystone XL pipeline. The controversial pipeline would transport oil across a vast distance, and Obama later concurred with the State Department's determination that its construction would not be in the best interests of the United States. He emphasized the need to keep fossil fuels in the ground to prevent further pollution and environmental damage. When the concept of sequestration was first introduced in the Budget Control Act of 2011, it was hailed by both the White House and Republican lawmakers as a brilliant mechanism to reduce the federal deficit by $1.2 trillion by the end of 2012. But then, the budget cuts arrived, and suddenly nobody wanted to take credit for the sequester. So, who was the mastermind behind this grand idea? Well, the veteran reporter Bob Woodward from the Washington Post pointed his finger directly at Obama. Now, there's some confusion about whether Obama issued executive orders or took executive action, but critics wasted no time in accusing him of trying to bypass Congress on important matters like gun control and the environment. However, let's get real here. Obama's use of executive orders was pretty much in line with what other presidents have done in terms of both quantity and scope. Most of his orders were rather uneventful, dealing with things like establishing commissions or determining the order of succession in government departments. Despite being labeled the most anti-gun president in American history, Obama only signed 2 gun control laws, and guess what? They didn't impose any restrictions on gun owners. And then there's the NSA, secretly snooping around major U.S. internet company websites, scooping up emails, videos, and pictures, all in the name of national security. This program was eventually deemed unconstitutional by a federal judge during Obama's second term. Let's not forget about Fast and Furious, where the ATF allowed the sale of thousands of firearms to suspected smugglers in a misguided attempt to track them back to Mexican drug cartels. Well, surprise, surprise, they lost track of many of those guns, and tragically, 2 of them were found near the scene where U.S. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was shot and killed. As a result, Obama's Attorney General, Eric Holder, ended up being held in contempt of Congress during the investigation. Despite efforts by Barack Obama and his supporters to portray his presidency as a period of untarnished politics, the truth is far more complex. Obama introduced a corrupt Chicago-style approach to Washington, characterized by nepotism and corporate influence. He employed audacious tactics influenced by Saul Alinsky's teachings, aiming to divide the American people and dismantle his adversaries. This isn't just a matter of opinion, it's a truth that Americans must accept. The assessment of Obama's legacy will undoubtedly be a subject of ongoing debate for years to come. However, new scandals came to light in the immediate months following his departure from office. One such scandal that cannot be overlooked is the green energy scam. An example would be Solyndra, a fraudulent solar power venture that ended up costing taxpayers a staggering $500 million. But this is not just your average financial flop, it's a kind of corruption that goes much deeper. Did you know that the New American Magazine reported that the Obama administration directed billions of taxpayer dollars towards wealthy Democrats and Obama supporters? These recipients, in turn, contributed a portion of those funds back to political campaigns. It's a convoluted web of money that raises serious concerns about the transparency and fairness of distributing public resources for green energy initiatives. Elon Musk, never one to shy away from controversy, highlights that even beloved figures in American politics like Barack Obama may not be as pristine as initially perceived. The hidden problems are starting to show, and it's a wake-up call. But the story doesn't end there. Concerns also surround the current president. Democrats are facing accusations of covering up a growing scandal within the Biden administration, with Republicans claiming that President Biden is involved in fraudulent international deals benefiting himself through his son, Hunter Biden. The House Oversight Committee has launched an investigation into Joe Biden's financial activities, leading to upcoming hearings and serious allegations against the president. Concerns have also been raised about Hunter Biden's business dealings with foreign companies, particularly his role on the board of a Ukrainian energy company while his father was vice president. entrepreneur Elon Musk has even suggested that President Biden should face impeachment for alleged abuse of power. The impact of these revelations on American politics and the tech industry remains uncertain, leaving us with more questions than answers. As you can see, Obama's presidency, while marked by popularity, was not devoid of controversies. Despite efforts to minimize their impact, a range of issues emerged, revealing a side of his administration that was not immune to mistakes and public scrutiny, and it looks like Biden is not too far behind copying the footsteps of his predecessor. What do you think of Musk's revelations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.